Howdy, this is Doug. I'm going to show you how I'm prepping Kaylee's wheelchair for basketball this year. One thing that I'm doing is I'm changing out the tape right now. I've got a just a rubber tube kind of underneath the tape, just kind of protect her front end. What I'm going to do is kind of go over what equipment I use, the material. I personally like grip. This is hockey grip tape somewhere. It's basically like what us rugby people use. It's just athletic tape. I also use electrical tape at the end. When I set up the end on both these, I use athletic or electrical tape to kind of. What I'll do also is basically use. This is a gravel back tire. It's a little bit. It's like a 34 to 40 mil diameter tire. What I'll do is I'll cut it down to just basically the front of the chair. I'll probably bring it into about the same place, just under the support. The red, white, and blue did not last as long on the tape wise, but the tube actually worked extremely well. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So what I did, cut off all that. My next step was to cut that tube down to size. So basically I just got it enough to cover enough, but not enough to go too far. Usually what I'll do is I'll find a line or a seam inside the tube and just cut it down as straight as I can. My kids both inherited my disease, so they'll become quadriplegic soon enough. So my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter both play adaptive sports because they're starting to develop some of my neuromuscular disease I gave them. My oldest daughter is 14 and she plays for Kansas City Kings, and my youngest plays for the Kansas City Kings prep team. It's kind of fun to watch them grow in the sport and have some of the adaptive tools and stuff that you get with competing with other kids similar to you. So what I'll end up doing here is, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll just create a little bumper. I'll put the tube almost to the edge. What I'll do is I'll use some electrical tape and get the ends on both sides, and I'll kind of wrap the electrical tape also up front of her chair, so like right here and then around. I really don't care about the side guards. She's going to need to be able to push off people. That front bumper, people come and slam her, and so a lot of chairs that will be all scratched up and just ugly. So I just kind of want to be able to protect that just a little bit. So this time I'm using black tape for the wrap. I kind of do the same way that I did with the electrical tape. The biggest difference I'm going to do is just kind of make it one little stream, and I'm going to overlay half of the tape. And so basically when I start wrapping it, I'm going to start here. We'll see how long this lasts on, if I can just do a quick video of that. So I'll go over and under, similar to a bike wrap, to get started. kind of cold in my garage, so hands aren't working 100%. So sorry about that, guys. So over, under, and then what I'll do once I get a little bit more space, I'll overlay it about halfway across the tape. And that's just gonna give me that nice, even tape layout that I'm looking for. And so that's that. So my family, my oldest daughter and I both play wheelchair rugby. She's not classified yet, but she will be. And then during the summer, we've been doing wheelchair softball, and that's been quite a journey. The girls team, the youth team, I should say, not the girls team. The girls team, they have won 2 years in a row the World Series. And when you think adaptive sports, you don't really think of Kansas City, but I really feel like Kansas City has some of the best adaptive sport programs out there. We've got football, we've got rugby, softball, and for the adults, they also have the basketball team. They've got skiing. That's actually what Midwest Adaptive Sports was originally kind of known for, as a skiing and adaptive resources that way. And then as we're, my background is cycling. That's what I love doing. And once my disability kind of kicked out of functionality, especially for racing and doing like some of the stuff I enjoy doing, like cyclocross and doing stuff like that, I kind of found myself lacking. I tried para-triathlon, which was a cool journey. I got all the way to the national level of para-tri, and so as an athlete, it's kind of cool to have some of these really cool adaptive programs that you're able to go out and try and do. I feel like every year with adaptive sports, it's growing, and there's always something cool new to do. And especially from my experience, I didn't really have too much as a young adult. I was diagnosed at 26, and so when I was diagnosed, they're like, oh, just sit back, chill out. You have a progressive disease. It's going to eat your legs. It's going to eat your muscles. But, there's not much you can do about it. You just kind of, do the best you can, and hopefully, you find something you enjoy doing that doesn't require muscles. And I was like, well, when I was diagnosed, I was a week away from going across Kansas on a bike. And then a year later, I went across Colorado doing Ride the Rockies. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to slow down because of a disease. I did slow down